Well, goddamn, we're live.
About time.
What time is it, y'all? 8:02. All right, we're an hour late.
Yeah, our fault. You know, in true brotherly fashion, we come a little fashionably late.
We just getting started. This is our first show. Oh, we didn't even say where we at. This is the Live Hip Hop Daily. New York City studios. Our first episode, the Fantasy and Color podcast. I'm Rob Ayala.
I'm Kadeem Phillip. Like Kadeem.
To those who've been checking us out, you've been hearing just the audio. We're happy to give you guys a visual now. So you could kind of join us and see how we look when we talking this shit.
We have our little reactions, our funny moments, but you got to see another side of it, and we just want to bring you all some more content, man.
So, like we said, that's our first episode. Just to shout out, also, there's a few other shows that will be on the Live Hip Hop Daily NYC.
Word.
Shout out Picasso and the Rap and Sip Show. Shout out Katori Walker with the Art and Soul Show.
Yep.
So we're just trying to bring y'all a lot of content. If you know anybody out there that's into this type of shit, we talk art, music, pop culture. Let them know about it.
Yeah.
But other than that, you ready to get in?
Yeah, I'm ready. We've had a break.
We had a nice little break. We've been out here working, but we had a break from talking with you guys. So we ready to get it in. And you know what's first up?
What?
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
Gucci. Oh, Gucci.
The fuck is going on, man? And mind you, this ain't nothing new. It's just that they and it's not just Gucci. It's who else was it? Fendi.
Fendi. No, was it Fendi?
Who else was it, babe? That did the out of order shit besides Gucci recently?
Oh, Montclair,
and there's one more. We gonna check. It was one more brand.
Might have been Fendi.
I don't know if it was Fendi. Yeah. These motherfuckers is wilding out. This is just blatant. What's your takes on this shit?
I mean, if you really look at high fashion, like any type of fashion throughout time, kind of, we've always had some kind of controversy with some fashion. There was Tommy Hilfiger at one point.
Yeah.
There's this Gucci thing. Montclair. At one point, there was like the rumor of Timberlands and stuff like that. We never got if that was true or not. There was a rumor.
You said Tommy Hilfiger right there. Yeah. Timberland, but definitely some shit with Timberland.
Also, let's not forget like high fashion places like Barney's with like kind of profiling. So let's be real. Like in the concept of high fashion, kind of like giving us some weird type of like basically not even showing us no love. This isn't the first time, or trying to disrespect us. This isn't the first time in history that has happened.
But this is, and I don't even know about first or last because I mean we might not remember everything. But I would just say this is just super fucking blatant. What do you think is? We know it's no fucking accident. So wait, so what is the mindset? Are they saying? Because it's almost, this is how I take it. It's almost like, watch this. These motherfuckers will wear anything that have our logos on it. We could even fucking degrade them and put fucking the most worst stereotypical images we could find.
I seen the turtleneck.
The turtleneck was dead fucking
First of all, who the fuck is wearing a turtleneck like that? I've never seen a turtleneck with a weird red part and a lip. What the fuck is that?
Weird.
That shit was weird, first of all.
But let's get into the psychology of the people making the shit. Yeah. Are they thinking that we are so blinded by fashion that we won't give a fuck? I mean, let's be real. A lot of people don't give a fuck. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
But I just don't see how it could be that blatant.
I'll be honest. I feel like when you look at the mindset, it's almost like the name and recognition that you get from wearing the name doesn't matter what the fuck is on it. Doesn't matter what it looks like. It's the fact that it's Gucci, and they're just like, we're Gucci. We can put whatever the fuck we want, and you're gonna buy it.
Yeah,
and I feel like there's been certain things in fashion where I feel like people just slap a name on it, and it's like it's $900 to $1,000 for it, and it looks like some homeless streetwear, or it looks like some bullshit. But it's like this was just like this is some
Chris, one of our producers. Can we get some information on some of the other brands recently? I know it was Gucci. I know it was Montclair. There's one more. I'm not sure if it was.
It might have been Fendi.
Yeah, just research that. So first, like I said, we want to dive into. We're gonna get into, people who are choosing to still roll, and we'll get into us. But first, I'm trying to get in just their mindset, if it's possible. How could it be so fucking blatant? How did they have a meeting and?
It's kind of like the H&M shit. Like who really came? Like I really always wondered.
What was that? The
monkey, the kid, the black kid, and Prada. Okay, there we go.
The devil wears fucking Prada.
Like the monkey with
Oh yeah.
The devil wears fucking
Prada. There we go. Not Fendi. But no.
$750 toy monkey.
A $750 toy monkey.
Nigga, that's my rent.
And that, and that shit. I'm about to say you're around 7. Oh yeah, okay. Well. So
hold on, his roommates.
I got you. Your section, nigga. I thought you had a time machine to the fucking 90s.
I wish I paid that much for an apartment. So
the mindset behind these motherfuckers, they sat at a meeting.
Yeah,
it was people. It was higher ups, people that I'm sure
people that do marketing
for, you have to have somebody at least been doing marketing for 10 years, 20 years. So how did this pass?
I feel like it gets to a point with certain brands, certain people, where you disconnect. Like either you don't care or you don't involve people of different backgrounds that this can offend in a way. So I think in a brand that is one European. Yeah, and then
all of them.
They're all European, but in this case, this one is definitely European. There's no question Gucci's European. And they don't, I don't know, I won't say maybe they don't see these things as racism because it's a different type of temperature probably over there, but at the same point, they might not give a fuck. They might not have somebody who is connected to a culture like ours where we deal with that type of shit. Come on,
at this point, who in the fucking world at this point doesn't know?
No, they still know it's racist, but they might have also not given a fuck.
But okay, so there you go.
Yeah.
So what's the end game? To get us to stop wearing it, or to get us to wear it?
To get us to wear it.
And the fucking humiliate ourselves.
I think it would get us to wear it and for us to humiliate ourselves. Like, the idea of a black woman putting that fucking turtleneck on, probably somebody thought that shit.
And they had the whitest white girl ever as the model.
Word. Like, she was pale.
She was straight off the fucking Brady Bunch.
Haven't been outside in a long time. Like, sunscreen necessary. And it's like, come on, bro. Like, that was just blatant. Like, I've seen some shit where it's like, but that was blatant. That was blatantly like, what the fuck is that? I've never seen somebody put lip section in a goddamn turtleneck. What the fuck is that?
I feel like I get it. We come from generations of not having shit, being at the bottom, living in the worst neighborhoods. I get it, but when does it get to a point when we've got beyond that? We have people like Jay-Z that's about to touch $1 billion. If he hasn't, I don't know if he
technically is.
He technically is. Yeah. We have people like P. Diddy. We have the Oprahs. We have the Tyler Perrys. We have the fucking LeBron James. At this point, Picasso's asking me where's the address. Somebody DM him. Really? Oh, no, he said never mind. He got it. Sorry. I have ADD, so I'm gonna. Anybody who doesn't know,
we're gonna blank in and out.
Yeah. I should put it on vibrate at least. Y'all don't gotta hit alerts.
Disrespectful motherfucker.
But anyway, what was I saying? I was saying.
You said we have profound. All these people. We have the Oprahs.
Okay, so at this point, I get it. I get it in the 60s, maybe the 70s, the 80s. I get it. But now it's a fucking point. We are in the future now,
right?
For pretty much. Aren't we beyond labels as a status?
Here's what I would say to that, right? Are we beyond that? We are, I believe. I believe we're in a time where it is beyond that, but I also believe, in a way, there is power. There's power in numbers.
Yeah.
For some people to respect us, maybe the numbers aren't as high enough. Where we have to now, it has to be more growth in like building wealth with your people around you. Like Jay-Z, he has his people run different things. Like he has his friend, he has this person doing deals with Puma. He has this one person running Douce. He backs Dave Free for his, in regards to like all the things he do with tailing suits. He might do stuff with Douce. He has Rock Nation. He's putting other people in that level, but we still need more people that are in those millionaire, damn near billionaire conversations.
Yeah.
Where it comes into investing in regards to ourselves. And we need more of that. It's the fact of like, okay, let's be honest. The one thing I had an issue with the boycott, which is the thing where I think they look at as type of funny, is that some people was putting like a fucking time span on it. Like, oh, we're gonna boycott it for 3 months. No, it should just be don't. No, that shit canceled. It's done. It's done.
But
throw that away.
Not to bring up the Kanye shit, but like I always said, the cancel shit is almost becoming a new joke too.
I'll be honest, the cancel shit is fake to me. It's always been fake.
Well, for some people,
some people. I don't think you just cancel people. I think you just mute them. You don't pay attention. Like when I look at R. Kelly, like sometimes we just don't talk about him.
Well, I don't even know we were going to mention R. Kelly's name in this thing.
But when I say cancel, like the cancel mute. Okay. I didn't mean it like that. Okay. I ain't trying to we're not going to that topic. But in regards to like the canceling thing, I think the new thing should just be the fact of we need to invest. We got to keep that financial wealth kind of within ourselves and empower one another. If you look at a lot of communities, like they keep that shit a lot of in-house. A lot of that shit is in-house.
Great. Thanks you. Great segue. Because that's what we really want to talk about. We brought up this topic because us as artists and creatives, yes, we're painters, but we're not just painting like shit like this. We design our own shit. Not only us, but we know so many independent designers, people doing dope jackets, hoodies, this hat. This is by Pop All Culture. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Right now, like I'm sorry, and maybe not for everybody, because some people just fucking ignorant and they don't give a fuck. Yeah. But for the people who do know better, it's really time for us to really start fucking supporting our fucking own. Like we gotta start supporting Black and Brown. That's enough dope shit. We can't just keep give them our fucking money like that when we can give that shit to ourselves.
Exactly.
Like let's be real here. Like you know enough dope people that you can get fly off of independent.
Hell yeah.
Designers.
Hell yeah. And also, even as artists, when it comes down to it, that's where the next game is. You do have to create the merch. Like the thing is, there's a lot of Black people who there's some Black people that are prominently right now doing creative shit with their own label, like Virgil, who does Off-White, who does his own shit with Nike, or Jerry Lorenzo, who does fucking Farragon and got his own sneakers. But at the same point, for us, we gotta create. You as artists, we gotta start creating our own lane. We gotta start. Whether you getting like a $20 hoodie or some shit and you decking it the fuck out.
But I think we actually have, if you look around, I think we have created it. I think we have to start supporting it.
Yes, it has to be heavy.
It's created
support.
already. It's mad people out there
a lot
doing jewelry, doing shit. At this point, I mean, doing candles, doing but what else? All the type of dope. Babe, help me out. What else type of dope shit that just independent people do that provide like services? And as we go on the show, we're gonna shout out these people. There's a lot. Anybody off top, you can help me because we wanna.
You said Pop or Culture.
Pop or Culture. Obnoxious Brand out of Harlem, my boys.
Word.
Shop. What is it? Koozie and them. Shop NX.
Oh, NXN.
Shop NXN. So it's a lot of people. These are just a few off top. But I mean, and the jewelry. But here's another thing too. But like you said, we'll go in the fucking Gucci, and you paying whatever that shit costs, or even maybe not even as high end as Gucci, whatever the fuck it is. You go in there, Ralph Lauren, whatever the fuck it is. You go in Ralph Lauren, you're not getting a deal. You know, you spending $100 minimum on that shirt, and you don't even fucking question it. And you don't even fucking question it. You know what I'm saying? Because in your mind, and don't get it twisted. I love Ralph Lauren. I'm a polo head. Don't get it twisted. But in our minds, that's so branded that that's what that is, and you don't even question it. But yet. Yeah, independent people. Yeah, you'll be trying to get deals, and
you can't negotiate somebody who's doing their own shit. First of all, let's get that straight. I hate that
you're not negotiating with nobody else.
If you were willing to buy $1,000 Gucci jacket, don't you try to talk me out of a $120 jacket that I painted by hand. Don't. Or matter of fact, commission somebody. Commissioning people to go do a jacket. Give you that's great. That's furthering advertisement. That's driving money into people's pocket. That's helping further the cause along. I think a lot of people kind of sometimes don't pay attention to it. Oh, I got one artist who does his own customized shoes and jackets.
On shoes, because that's the only thing. Too. It's hard. It's hard to make that switch to shoes.
But shoes is a different game. Shoes is a different financial. But he customized shoes. Okay. Homie, Jiggle What Jiggle Who on Instagram. He customizes shoes, and it's like it's hard to we got to build up something where it's like now we invest in ourselves, we financially doing a lot of things to like further artists living off of what we do. Because the thing is, a lot of people try to negotiate us. Like, you're not going in H&M and ask them, yo, why is this graphic t-shirt $30?
You're not even questioning it.
You're not questioning it. You're going to go in, you're going to buy it. And sometimes I feel that's also programming. Like, they try to program us into like, oh, this is in a store. It's this price point. It's cool to buy it. But when you see it as somebody created it by hand, you got to kind of question it. Mm-hmm. It's like, I actually took me more time to create this shirt for $34 than it did take if you go to H&M and they do it. They mass produce it.
Exactly.
I'm doing this by hand, possibly, like hand pressing this, like
hand sewing shit,
so
hand painting shit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, we got to do it. We have to do. I mean, it sounds good to say it, but we actually have to start doing it. Fantasy and Color. I'm gonna announce it on here. We haven't put it out there, but you know, sometime we don't have an exact date, but we're definitely doing like an art market support, buy black and brown.
Right.
You know, when the weather gets nice, we want to do it outside. Just, you know, just a spot, a one-stop shop. You could come and support a bunch of black and brown vendors. And not to make it just about a black and brown thing, but that's just the shit we on. So it is what it is. But you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, that's what we got to do. So, I mean, you know, we are talking it, but we also plan on definitely showing some action.
And whenever I see artists, also, if you see artists doing little things like pins and stickers, that $1, that $5, that shit can help. That shit helps a lot of artists. If you see them doing prints, buy a print, like a $10 print. You never know what that print might come out to worth later. Look at a person like Banksy. Banksy was selling his prints for like $15. Now a print's like $10,000. You don't know what the investment is that you're doing, but you're helping the artist out and you're furthering some shit along. And yeah, man, definitely. Also,
shout out to Mr. Two Goobs. He's hitting me up. He's watching us right now.
Oh yeah, the homie Mr. Two Goobs. What's good?
Yeah.
Also, I have merch that'll be coming out probably in the spring.
Oh shit, nigga.
I'm dropping. Yes.
Promote.
Yes, we're talking merch. We're talking merch.
Yeah.
Talking merch.
Link in the bio.
Of course. Link in the bio.
So before we get off this topic, and damn, another thing is too, you know, I fuck with Kodak, but I didn't see all his everything he said,
right.
So I can't comment so much. But what I do want to speak on, while I'm familiar, what do you take on the whole fucking Floyd Mayweather shit, man?
So I have avidly never fucked with Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather's a coon.
Looking into the camera.
Floyd Mayweather's a fucking coon.
The thing is, Floyd, if you look at Floyd has always said some shit that was counterculture.
Yeah.
But the boxing covered it. Because he'll say some shit that was just like, oh, why should I donate to this? What did it do for me? And then he goes out there and he fights with someone and hits him like 5 times in 12 rounds. And we're like, damn, he's so great. So we lose attention. But this is who Floyd is. Floyd, he's not going to boycott shit. He's not going to stand against shit. That's who Floyd is. I've learned to expect if somebody asks Floyd something, he's not going to be for people like me. He's not going to be for people of his culture, really. But my thing with Floyd is he's a fucking idiot.
He's a coon.
Idiot.
I'm sorry. I mean, it's beyond idiot. There's a bunch of fucking idiots. There's a million idiots. He's a fucking coon, man. He's not at the point, man. It's like you don't even box him all. Get him the fuck out of here.
I don't even care why we ask him what he doing.
Get him out of here. At this point,
he cares about his money, and I seen his response to T.I. and 50 that was really long. Whoever he had write that for him because I know he didn't.
Oh yeah, the motherfucker can't read.
Yeah, we know he ain't write that. Come on now, come on.
And we're not shitting on people out here that might have issues with reading, but fuck that nigga. We don't like him, so
if you got $1 billion, you should have got hooked on phonics a long time ago.
We need to knock off the bullshit, man. Like at the end of the day, Floyd Mayweather he's a fucking cancer to us because at the end of the day, people like him out here. That's what Gucci and the motherfuckers want to see.
Yeah. The people that still going
like, I'm going into Gucci.
He's like, oh, I live for me. Okay, cool. But if some shit happened to you, don't ask for people to be there to stand for you.
Well, now what happens if you see Floyd Mayweather? You scared?
No, I don't give a fuck what he bothering me for.
I'll poke that nigga.
First of all, Floyd Mayweather not looking for me. He got billions of dollars of reasons not to look for me. He don't care about me.
It's funny you should say that because next, coming up, Floyd. Nah, we just. Listen. At the end of the day, man, I don't throw that word around just loosely. It's nothing else you could call it. Watching that shit is just disgusting. You seeing everybody. Shout out to T.I. Shout out to, if you're not familiar with, even Mike Son.
Yeah,
he's a rapper and an activist out of the Bronx. You see all these people just doing the right thing as far as standing up, and then he just cavalierly
Also, another person that was talking about it, Steven, I don't remember if you know him, Steven Jackson from the NBA. He used to play like...
He used to play in the Spurs.
Yes, he was playing the Spurs.
He's a commentator. He does commentary. Yeah,
he's been very honest about this advocacy, and he's actually been someone who supported a black fashion person who does shoes, does jackets, and everything. So check him out. He's always been really on that tip. So I support those people who've been talking about those brands, supporting brands. But when you look at Floyd, right? Look at someone like Floyd who has a lot of financial resources to do things. And we don't see him really, we don't ever really hear stuff about things about helping out. Like if
that's exactly why I'll call him a coon. You don't do fucking shit. And listen, if I'm wrong, prove me wrong. But like you said,
you can send me the facts.
We don't see. And at the end of the day, fuck it, you got so much money. It's not fuck what you just gave money to.
Yeah,
it's what you represent. You just saying that is so damaging.
Yeah,
you saying that. Fuck that. I'm not a. What do you mean you're not a follower? It's not about you are a follower. You following what these motherfuckers want you to do.
That's true.
Let's be real.
And his response is really just a reply or just a reaction to the backlash. Like that's not what you actually felt. What you said was what you felt because you honestly didn't have time to go like, oh shit, people are mad at me. So that's what you really felt. And
then T.I. dropped the diss, right? Did you hear it?
I heard a little bit of it. I didn't listen to it too much because my whole thing is anything with Floyd. I just don't give a fuck.
I mean, we don't want to talk too much about Floyd. I'm just, at the end of the day, we just, he just doesn't do anything productive for us at this point. You're not boxing anymore, so you're not entertaining us.
Not important.
I don't give a fuck about your gaudy, and you can't even fucking dress. Let's keep it a buck, though. Listen, knowing how to dress is not going into Gucci. Going how to dress is putting shit together and just and having style
is different.
Having a personal style.
If you need to buy luxury brands and high priced brands just to feel like you're fly, you're really not.
You're not.
People follow these celebrities and they want to dress like the celebrity, so that's what people following. Like, oh, he's wearing this shirt, I'm gonna wear that shirt too. Like,
I mean, yeah, at one point, but then when do you grow into yourself?
You need people to speak up now, like to say, look, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Have your own style.
That's true. That's true.
Now look at what he's doing.
Yeah.
Guys, I don't know if we mentioned, but I just want to take a quick second to realize like you said, we live from Harlem. We are members of the Harlem Collective, so shout out to the Harlem Collective.
Shout out.
That's where we actually are right now. Fantasy and Colors headquarters / Live Hip Hop Daily NYC location. Man, fuck Gucci and fuck. I'm tired of talking about it.
Yeah,
on to the
pretty
next
much.
thing?
Yeah, what's up?
All right, Dame Dash, man.
Ugh. Okay.
Now let me. I'm from Harlem, so I want to start.
You go ahead.
I want to. Yeah.
Cause I have a different.
So here's how I feel. Real quick, and I'm gonna let you weigh in.
Yeah.
Overall,
right.
I feel like Dame Dash has a lot of jewels and a lot. You know, he's the type of person you don't have to take every single thing he says.
Yes.
But if you listen, you know, maybe sometimes his approach is always not the right way. But I just feel like a lot of things he has given to the game, and a lot of jewels he has done has been very productive. But here's the thing:
I would say the message can be all.
But wait 1 second though, because I'm going back first.
Yeah,
fuck this message. Yeah. I'm talking about just in general as far as Dame Dash as a person. I think he is a very valuable member. I don't even want to say elder like that, but just, you know, he's been in the shit 20 years. A lot of things about being independent, being on your own boss. I mean, I know some people took certain things a certain way.
Yeah.
But like I said, his delivery is harsh, but I get a lot of what he was saying, and you know, there's a lot of things. Even investing in women, I feel like it was a big point that he made because a lot of dudes hate. So I just want to preference that before we even get into this. The culture vulture shit, which we as artists, we also experience a lot,
of course,
within our community that we speak on. And just to preface that real quick, when we say culture vulture, we're not always talking about a race thing. We're not always saying a white person's culture vulture. You can be black, you can be
Latino,
you can be like, and be a culture be a culture vulture to any particular culture. So now this is what I mean by the Dame Dash, bringing it to what we're talking about now with the culture vulture situation. And the apology. Everybody knows what happened so far.
Right.
So here's the thing, and then I'll let you weigh in. But what my thing is this: I don't feel a way about him apologizing to Jay-Z or Biggs or Jim Jones, because that's his people.
Yeah.
And if me and you somehow fall out years later, one of us apologizing, that's not whack. That's wanting to be right with your people. You know what I'm saying? So whether they forgive you or not.
Yes.
But the Lior thing, man, is just like you invested too much time and energy, and you got people to kind of like, I'm not saying just believe you, but you got people to buy in
to what this movement.
Yeah. And then, you're familiar with his partner, Kiata?
Yes.
I don't know if I'm saying that name wrong, but you got everybody knows who I'm speaking of. His partner who wrote the book. Not partner, but they were partners in the book.
Yeah,
he actually wrote the book.
He was a co-writer.
All the credibility gets fucked up now.
Right.
So my thing is this: him apologizing is just weird. I don't get it. It was weird. And my biggest thing with it is just that it just fucks with all. It fucks you either lying from the beginning,
right, or
you weren't lying. You were telling the truth, but now for whatever reason you're just throwing in the towel, kind of in a sense. I'm gonna give it to you now, but I will also say, to be objective, I want to see what's gonna come next.
Right.
If that was a ploy, but other than that, from what I see, it's just disappointing because it contradicts.
What I'm gonna say is, and to play off the last part you said, what comes from this really says what this is. Really, to be 100% honest, what comes from the apology to Lior really, after.
Yeah,
what's the next thing that happens? It really shows what this is, because like I've always been a Rockefeller fan. I've always been into that independency, owning your own thing. Like Dame Dash was someone I knew growing up because I understood that you didn't really know how much business Jay-Z was involved with. Mm-hmm. But as a kid, I always wanted to be my own boss. And I've seen Dame, and I've always seen the videos of like Dame at Def Jam yelling or something like that. Yeah. And I respect that because he stood on his own merit, everything that he felt, and he stood for it. Now, with the Jay-Z apology, okay, I thought they made up a long time ago. I didn't know there was still a problem.
Well,
I thought they'd been.
They made up, but they ain't cool.
Well, whatever. But
remember, the brunch was another fact that people are talking about. That he did this right the day after the brunch.
He probably feels some way because he feels left out. But the one thing I've always had an issue, the only thing I've ever had an issue with Dame is a big mouth. He's a big mouth person. He doesn't seem like he really can keep.
He's a fellow Taurus like us, right?
Yeah, which is why I say I can understand why he's not invited around these things. I can understand because he seems like he's more out there. Like he's just more like there's no pause, no stop, no slow mo. He's just 100 miles running. So I don't know what his relationship is with everybody. But in regards to it, him apologizing to Jim Jones, fine. I don't really know what their issue is. I haven't really paid attention to the Jim Jones Dame problem. Him with Biggs and Jay-Z, I can understand that. The Leo Cohen one throws me off the most because you've been avidly against Leo Cohen for more than just like a year or two. This is like long running. This is like
pretty much since the breakup.
Since the breakup of Rockefeller. You blamed him for the breakup of Rockefeller, basically. Mm-hmm. You said that he got in between. So now it makes it, one, was your anger more out of spite of what Rockefeller became to become Rock Nation and everything of that nature, and kind of like you see what that has, bloomed into? Was that really what your anger was about? Kind of more like a jealousy, kind of like I should be involved in that? Or was yours really that, he's not fair to artists with like the 360 deal? Like, what is it? Because now your message is diluted.
I believed it. I felt like...
Because Leo Cohen is the creator of the 360 deal.
Yeah.
So that is something that is vulturing and taking a lot away from artists. But for you to be the biggest person that was rallying against that, biggest, loudest person in the room, and now you're apologizing, you're kind of defeating the argument against that.
Yeah.
Like, you're hurting the cause.
So what do you think he's gonna, like you said, we have to see, but do you think this is going to, well, he has a network that he's working on.
Right.
So I don't know, like this is speculation, like people are saying like he's trying to make shit right. So I don't know.
I don't know if it's a I wonder if he's trolling.
But what do you mean by trolling?
I mean, trolling, like,
I know what trolling is, but how would this be trolling?
I feel like
by
him apologizing,
his work.
Yeah, pretty much him going against what he's always said.
That's more than trolling because you're damaging shit.
Yeah, but we've seen people do that. We've seen people go against what they do.
like young, like people like Tekashi and those kind of motherfuckers.
Well, we see what that got him.
But like not, I feel like Dame trolling. I don't know. That's hard for me to. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that's hard for me to accept. He would do this as a troll.
Yeah, I can understand what you mean, but there's something. Maybe there's something. If he's doing it out of trolling, it is sad. But people sometimes do things out of trolling because they see the traction to gain. So maybe he's doing this to gain traction to be like, no, fuck you. I don't know. I don't know how Dame. I don't know how Dame in today's climate is really working. You know, like it's weird for him to apologize after he did that Nick Cannon joint. Cannon class, and he was dropping a lot of jewels about independency and standing on what you believe in your morals, and then you go and apologize to Leo Collins.
And then how about the video? Like that shit was weird as fuck.
The setup for all that shit is weird. Who
are those white people behind them?
I don't know. It kind of. That's why I say it looked like a troll.
That shit look like Illuminati fucking.
Yeah, look like he make it almost seem like the people got him, and the people was like, "Yeah, you're gonna have to apologize. You're gonna have to say you sorry for this." And it's like,
say sorry, motherfucker.
And it's like, what's going on? It's like it's weird. It's really off.
I don't know, man. But
the thing for me is, it's just I've always liked Dame. I've always liked Dame. I know maybe he hasn't had the greatest business practices, which is, that's him. But I've always liked
love his independent spirit.
Yeah, his independent spirit is something where it's like I could tap into that. You know what I mean? Like I could tap in and be like, damn, that is motivating. That is amazing, and it makes me want to be on my own shit.
Yeah,
and that's something that I can honestly say Dame made me want to do. And it's weird to see him and also be unapologetic in the way I move about the shit that I believe in full-heartedly. And it's weird for me to see him just be like, I'm sorry.
I think we just have to see. I don't know. We have to see what happens. I mean, we can't wait too long, but
no.
I want to see what happens in the weeks to come. But as it stands right now, it's very disappointing because it just contradicts. And there's a lot of people it's a movement, people that bought these books.
Word.
I never got to read the book, but
it makes the book look like now I don't even know if I want to get the book.
And then it's like it was supposed to be a part 2. I think it was like I don't know. I think
that's another reason why I said that. That's why I said the troll. What if this is just a troll to the book? I don't know.
But no, because it makes people no. Well, the guy who wrote it said he's not going to
do it anymore.
He says the credibility's done.
Then I don't understand what's going on.
And he said that's what he I don't know, man. That's enough about that. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's just we're gonna see what's going on.
It's a little disheartening.
So let's talk about something we spoke about earlier, just to get back into like the art world.
Yeah.
But specifically the artist being professionalism.
Right.
You wanna touch on that?
I mean, I can only speak for myself as an artist.
Okay.
Personally, I try to make working with me the easiest thing.
Okay, so wait. Yeah. So then let me before you even go there, because you already the perfect model, so you can't start it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about people who aren't. What do we mean by professional?
Professional?
We mean as an artist.
Yeah.
We mean being not fuck your work. I'm not even talking about your work now. We're not even talking about your actual.
Because your work is how you work. I can't tell you.
I mean that's professional or not too, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about how you carry yourself in the business of art as an artist. Nobody's saying you got to be, this is not a corporate thing, this art world shit. Right. But there is just a certain level of, and not just professionalism, but just,
etiquette.
Exactly, perfect word. Etiquette of how you carry yourself. Mm-hmm. So this is what we mean. Being a kind of, okay, so let's say you're an artist, you're out here, you're doing shows, you're signing up for shit.
Yeah.
Following up on what you have to do.
Right.
Being on top of your things you're responsible for.
Right.
If let's say you're, whatever show it is, there's always a set of rules. Just not being so blase blah. I feel like a lot of artists, you have to decide if this shit is a hobby or if it's something you're really fucking doing.
Right.
If it's a hobby, then fuck it. I mean, if it's a hobby, I don't knock that, but sometimes at some point you got to get the fuck out the way.
Word.
I don't mind you coming a little bit, but if this is serious about you, you should be on point. You should be on point. You should be as far as on your end. So, for example, like when you do shows, you have to. They give you guidelines, directions, things you do. Maybe what size you can bring, how many pieces you can bring.
Yeah.
It's not professional for you to completely ignore what the person has event that they're throwing, what their guidelines and rules are, and just come because you're an artist. You know, artists just do what the fuck they want to do.
Right.
You coming through with 5 pieces when they told you to bring 2, or they told you to have it under 24 inches, and you come in with a fucking 36
like 50
inches
by 60.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When we're not even communicating that or asking, but that's not professional. And you might not notice, but you know, as Fantasy and Color, we throw events, and you just being so connected to us, you know a lot of the things we deal with too. It's just disrespectful to the people that are working hard to put together a production that at the end of the day is highlighting you. You know what I mean? So that's one aspect. Being another one I want to say real quick is how you fucking carry yourself now. When you decide I'm an artist now you have an Instagram. There's certain things that you kind of got to give away, like all the extra personal shit in your life, and just, you know, if you could be ratchet, don't get it twisted, but now you kind of can't be fully ratchet on your Instagram when you're trying to promote people to buy your art and look at you as a serious artist.
Now, the kind of funny play off of what you said. Let's go. I'm gonna go back before I get to the first part you just said.
Okay.
Now, when it comes down to the shows and kind of like either show etiquette.
And it's
even though I've done shows
with the show etiquette,
but
so
even
if
with
you remember,
shows,
say it.
I've done shows with you guys, but I've done a great amount. I don't think there's a show in New York I haven't done. Okay. Like I've done a lot of shows, so any type of show that's been set up, I've done. Okay. The thing to me is, and I remember I did a show before called The Little Things USA, where they did like a live stream while I was painting, and they interviewed me.
Okay.
And I remember I finished it, and I remember the lady told me, "You're by far the easiest person I've ever had to work with." And I said, "Why?" She was like, "You communicated, you talked to me. If there was an issue with anything, I told you what size to bring. You communicated. Hey, is this too much? Is this too little? Is this sometimes communication?" And I realized a lot of people, even though they're texting, they're on their phones, they're doing a lot of things. People still can't communicate.
No,
people don't know how to communicate, and the issue is you have to know how to communicate and convey things clearly. And you got to realize that these people aren't just dealing with you. Some shows, you might have 20 artists, you might have 60, you might fuck around and have 100. I can't just give you star treatment. I can't just give you personalized treatment. And I realized that because I set up a show once, probably before I met you. Mm-hmm. And I worked with a few artists, and designating space to people, height, and restriction, you realize, damn, this is fucking a lot.
Yeah.
And it's not easy. And I've never really set up a show like that again, because I was just like, I just rather do my own shit.
Exactly.
Because for me, it'd be easier. But when you working with people who deal with, God knows, more shit than you may even know, you have to understand, like, you're not the superstar. You gotta understand, like, sometimes it's okay to not be number one. Like, you gotta work. This is a team effort. Mm-hmm. If you're doing a group show, it's a team effort.
Yeah.
Everybody got to pull in together. Now, when it comes down to how you carry yourself, I'm very active on my Instagram.
Yeah.
I go on my rants. Mm-hmm. I do everything. I do funny shit. Last night I was singing Jungle by fucking Drake, lip singing it. Okay. Just having fun. But at the same point, I believe people try to oversell. People oversell themselves. Like, as artists, I always say, you're a business. You got to sell yourself. You market yourself. I believe people oversell. They overly extend what they go through. They overly share. Like, personal shit.
Yeah.
They share the shit to make you want to buy them, but they oversell.
So here's the ill shit about that. You're right, but that's actually underselling. You know why? Because they don't show their fucking art. You go to their Instagram.
Yes. Okay, I'll give you that.
You go to their Instagram, it's no art.
No, this is what I mean. They oversell the person, undersell the work.
The product, yeah.
So it's like...
And wait, stop there. But if you're an artist, and I go to your page, I better see nothing but creative fucking shit on there.
Shows, sketches,
sketches, other shit. Because every creative could do other creative... No, most creative people can do multiple creative things.
Funny enough, this goes back to Dame Dash. Funny enough, like, one thing I took from him was about some people, when they don't think their product is good, they have to give you a gimmick.
Yeah.
So some people really gimmick themselves because the product isn't that fucking good.
Yeah. So we're talking about professionalism, y'all. Yeah. So that's what we mean. It's just that's not professional if you consider you're calling yourself an artist when you're taking it serious. Because we take it serious. Like that. This is what the fuck we do. We're professional fucking artists. So if you calling yourself that, great. But then you carry yourself as such. It's not professional for me to go to your Instagram and see a million other things besides art. Because then what are you doing here?
You signing up for what?
We don't give a shit about your personal life and having a billion selfies. That's not professional as an artist. And anybody who's doing that, we're not trying to like. We might sound aggressive. We're not trying to knock you because maybe you don't know better.
Understand? We're not knocking you. We're not saying don't have a bunch of selfies. We're not saying don't. No,
I'm saying don't have a bunch of selfies.
Okay, he on his own.
You shouldn't. I mean,
what I'm saying is this:
more than art.
What I'm saying is this: yeah.
Oh, great.
Also
another thing, but we're not gonna give it too much game here because we're gonna definitely do a workshop with this too. But that's another topic about 2 pages. But I'm not talking about just being professional. Just carrying yourself in a manner that shows you in a light. That's not. Trust me, I got a dark fucking mind. I got a crazy mouth. I can't let the world know 100% the shit I'm on. You gotta filter shit. It's professional.
Shit, you ain't the only one.
Anything else that's unprofessional that we see out here? What?
I'm a type of person.
What do you mean by that?
What are you about to say?
Sorry, the way people respond as far as like if there's something they don't like about.
Oh, great. So okay, great. So let's like you said, if you're communicating with.
Thank you
so let's say people hit you up for things. You put yourself out there, so pitch you up different shows, whatever the fuck it is.
We all get DMs.
Even if you don't want to mess with things, how you communicate with people is very important. Sometimes, like for us, for example, just to throw it out there, who doesn't know, Fantasy in Color been doing this since 2014. We've done over 70 shows. When it comes to this art show shit, I mean, we do this on some humble shit and all that, but it's been 4 or 5 years. Right. It's fuck being humble. It is what it is. We do this. We've done it all. So at the end of the day, and we're humble. At the end of the day, we work with you. We don't have fucking Hollywood attitudes. So if you're coming, so there's people who put like that. They're not like familiar with us per se. So they'll just have like these fucked up, just Hollywood vibe and like you said, thinking you're the star. When like you said, nobody's a star here. It's all about all of us.
Yeah,
that's not professional. And then you don't know who the fuck is who, and you're giving people attitudes and just this smug aura, and these could be people that are giving you opportunities. You never know who the fuck it is that could be giving you opportunities.
A funny one. I did a show one time, and I seen somebody that was acting very Hollywood. I ain't really. When I do a show, I meet everybody. I go out the way. I meet artists that I ain't never seen before. Any artist that knows me, they know I come up to them, hey, what's good? Where you work at? But I seen one person, they was acting very snarky, very whatever. They act snarky to someone. And that person was related to someone that was a celebrity that came to buy art later that night. They was looking at that person, they was like, that person's rude.
Wow.
You lost the sale.
Wow.
You don't know who's who. You gotta realize you don't know who's who.
You can mess it up just by having your work could be great, but if you have a nasty, you can just mess it up.
And also, you don't know who comes back to look at your work. You gotta treat everybody that you talk to. Not every place is set up where you know who does everything.
You don't.
So you sometimes have to treat people like, I don't know who you are.
Or
you might be
interested. Just be an artist, but they might not know how close you're cool with the people that run the fucking event. So you might be, And
it's just like, you don't know. And next thing you know, you might have lost a sale. You might have lost a chance to show more work. You might have done something where it's like you did that to yourself. And I think also a lot of stuff, people got to learn to be accountable. Like, you got to learn to see like, oh yeah, I did that. I fucked up that. Like, some people scared to fucking do that. And that's weird. That goes with professionalism, being accountable and being responsible.
I don't know. I just feel like so now get into your spiel as you being an artist. How you maneuver.
Me being an artist, I try to make it as easy as possible. Like, I keep an open line of contact with the person that's curating or setting up the show. If I'm doing my own show, I keep an open line of contact with someone who I might be renting a venue from. Actually, the number that called me before, that was from the people I'm renting a spot from. So we keep an open line of contact. We'll text. We'll keep an open line of contact to let them know what's going on. Check with, what's the regulations? You have to, in constant communication, making the flow of communication easy as possible, and then also approaching it's in a way of, I'm interested. I'm doing this. This is something I want to do. Where you're showing the initiative to make it happen, and not just that, but you're helping it all flow as easy as possible. Makes it easier for people to want to work with you again. Recently, I went to my school. Yeah. And when I went to my alma mater, they had brought me back to my campus. Shout out to SUNY Cobleskill, upstate New York, Cobleskill, New York. Little small town. In wintertime, it's cold as fuck. So they brought me back for Martin Luther King Day as to do a workshop with the students. And the workshop was really about talking about being an artist, being an entrepreneur, and chasing your dreams. They said it was so easy to work with me, because I constantly was communicating. We had set this up, I think the day I left for Miami for Art Basel. Yeah. They had called me for it, or a couple of days before. Then I spoke with the person in alumni. We spoke about it. We made everything work. We set up my stay. They paid for where I was staying. Everything in regards to that, they was paying for me to come. They asked me to be on another panel even later on that day, because they really liked me being on the first panel. And everything had worked out really well. And then, even though afterwards there was a little glitch, they set me up to be paid. Maybe my check didn't come on time. But guess what? I didn't give them a hard time. Yeah. I still made it easy. So now they even they want me to do a show there in the springtime or in the fall time now, to do a full show. Like you said, so
how long did the check come? How long did it take?
It probably took almost 3 weeks.
And you thought at first it was going to be how quick?
They said they'd cut it the next day.
So now imagine, like, we it'd be rough out here. We know motherfuckers need that money. You rely on it. Now imagine if he would have lost his composure, lost his cool, and got on some ignorant shit. Then you could have fucked yourself out of an opportunity. This could be an ongoing opportunity for you.
And they want that. They want it to be an ongoing opportunity for me to come back and speak to these kids. And I also even raffled off a painting to a student. So now they see it as, oh wow, he's really willing to help the students out. And you open more doors being patient, being more communicative, being more involved in communications, and also just carry yourself with this very cool, calm, and collective demeanor. Like, you open more doors like that, especially in this business world. Like this, when you're an artist, and Swiss Beats said this, and I heard him say this when I saw him in Miami. If you're an artist, you're in the art business. Yeah. You're a business person. You're a business person. You got to carry yourself like a CEO. You have to think almost in the same length of, how would Jay-Z react in this situation? Is he going to lose his calm, or he going to play very business relaxed? Yeah. And you have to carry yourself like that.
I mean, and I guess for some, it comes easier than others. So it's just, I mean, it might not come easy to you, but it's just, you gotta represent yourself. And sometimes you only get one time to make that first impression. You come through just because you don't know who's who. You treating people like shit. Then you find out who's who. Then you want to fix your attitude. It's like, we turned off from you now.
First time you shake somebody's hand, they should get an impression.
Yeah. Another part of being a professional as far as this art shit is like, just now, not talking about your actual what you create, but how you present it. Mm-hmm. You want to come with your shit together, man. If you dropping off art in a show, have your you don't want to just fucking be throwing people a canvas all loose, or just we've seen all types of shit, loose pieces of paper and shit. Like, have some pride in your presentation and your work, how it's packaged, how you bubble. If we have to transport your shit, you bubble wrap your shit, or just whatever. Just put it in a proper casing that is proper. Not just giving some shit you don't give a fuck about. You know what I mean? Like, completely. If you don't give a fuck about it, how you want us to give a fuck about it?
My mom always taught me that. She was like, not just carry yourself, but carry anything that represents you with a certain level of respect, because anything that represents you is how people are going to treat you. Yeah. So even if it's like a painting or anything, make sure it's treated like gold, so people could treat you like gold. Mm-hmm. And that's how my mom always taught me. That's how I always carried myself, because she had her own business. So I was like, if she did something and anything had her hands on it, or anything had her like touches on it, she made sure that it was like with respect. It was like she presented it in a respectful manner, so that way she could gain respect back. I can understand if you not getting respect back and it's just like, all right, fuck it. Yeah. But if someone's being respectful, present respect too.
Today we started a little bit late today, and we actually have another show coming back of us. So we're gonna end a little early today. Just to get ready for that. Bear with us. This is new situation. We happy to have this new facility to give you this content. We got shout out to Christy Ayala on the boards. And any last words you want to shout out?
Man, thank you guys for supporting us. Thank you guys for checking this out. I really greatly appreciate it. And we got some stuff coming. We got the Chaos show in March coming. We got Johnny Park show coming in March as well. I will still be announcing a show.
Solo show soon,
Yeah, very soon. Very, very soon.
We know it's springtime.
Yeah, springtime. We'll probably by the end of this week, there'll be an announcement.
By maybe in the next show, you could give a full announcement on
Definitely.
that. And details. But guys, stay tuned. We have Richard Picasso on the Rap and Sip show coming right after.
It's hilarious.
This is the Fantasy and Color Podcast, live hip hop daily. It is what it is.
Yep.
See y'all next time.
We out.
Let's see.